time for Bomber Banter. Now over to Fiona.
Good evening, Bomber Banter fans and family. How are you? How is everyone doing on this Thursday evening? It was a beautiful day today in Melbourne, actually. Just little hints of spring in the air. Hope you're all having a great week so far. A nice little Saturday game this week. We are here looking at the team selections and team changes ahead of our Sydney game 4:15 Saturday, which I quite like. What about you guys? What's that time do for you? Kids' sports should all be done and dusted, I'd assume, by that time. And it also allows me to not go to bed at 3 a.m. So win-win for me and hopefully many of you. Do we have anybody from Sydney here in the chat tonight? Anybody there for the game or getting up for the game? I don't know how many people would have been motivated, weeks ago to book tickets to Sydney, but still, it's a nice little trip away, How are we all? Thank you, Moby. Means a lot, as always. Thank you. Who's here? What did you all have for dinner? I need a Thursday night dinner check. I had some leftover frittata and a great salad. Nothing super interesting on the menu this week. How about you guys? Hey, Noel and Brett, Moby, of course, Pete, Muzzy, Jeremy. You've had fish and chips. Oh, yes. I love that. Oh, Pete had chicken schnitzel, also very good. I'm coming in dead last so far in the menu. Oh, stop it. Corey, how did you know? This is my fave. That's one of my fave dishes, pesto gnocchi. Stop. Now it's really making my dinner look really shocking. Oh, Moby too, I'm a big fried rice gal. And dumplings. What kind of dumplings, please? Please tell me there was a prawn dumpling in there. That's my absolute fave. Oh my gosh, look at you all with such great dinners. Oh, geez, nobody tell my nonna. She'll be really disappointed compared to all your dinners. Matthew's had a katsu curry. It's been a while since I had a curry. Not enough curries I've made this winter, actually. Noel, what did you have? Chicken breast topped with cream, with cheese, ham, and veg. Okay. Muzzy had burgers. What kind, please? Beef, chicken, fish? Although fish burgers, does anybody actually consider a fish burger like a burger? No, I don't. It's got to be chicken or beef, preferably beef. Prawn dumplings. I knew you were my kind of man, Moby. Alrighty, we're here to talk through the changes, and of course we have a 14th debutant. How very cool is that? We're setting all kinds of records this year, the most debutants in the season, and also the second debutant who will be the first ever player from a Vietnamese cultural background playing as well. Kako was the first from an Iraqi background to represent in the AFL and play an AFL game. So we now have two, which, tying into our chat about, indigenous talent being, few and far between the other night with Felix. It's nice to see that at least we're getting some other cultures and involved and keeping some diversity at the club. Alrighty, let's get into the changes, shall we? In for Essendon comes Xavier Duursma, Ben Hobbs, Archer May, and Jaden Nguyen. Out goes Jordan Ridley, injured. Sardar Hooley omitted. Nate Kelly managed or injured, whatever you want to call it. Zach Johnson omitted. In for the Sydney Swans, Tom McCartan, Jesse Tatoli, who is a debutant, Oliver Florent, Caden Cleary, and Peter Laddam. So essentially they've brought in three forwards there, allowing Tom McCartan to go back and play where he plays best. And then, of course, Ollie Florent. And out goes Joel Hamling, Matt Roberts, Hayden McLean, Aaron Francis, and Will Hayward. all injured except for our friend Aaron Francis. So obviously 2 debutants for the night. Congrats to Jessie Detoli and, of course, our own Jaden Nguyen. I know there was a lot of happiness there for Jaden and his family, so well done. And also congratulations to Errol Golden on his 100th game. What do we all think of the changes? I predicted those changes. I kind of saw the ins coming. Wasn't too sure about the outs. I don't mind them. I think some of you might think that they're a little bit. I'm just popping the link if anybody wants to come on for a chat in the chat. I know some of you have seen briefly that I think our Hawley was stiff, but I thought he was really, really poor last week. I mean, at this stage, I know it doesn't really matter, but I thought he looked so off pace last week. I don't know what was wrong with him. I don't know if he was just having an off night, but he looked like he was playing junior football. He was a step off the pace in disposal, getting rid of the ball, in getting to positions. He was just off. And I know it was his first game back, but that could have something to do with, Johnson this would be managed. I know it says omitted, but this would be managing his loads. He's already probably played a lot more games than they anticipated. So, I think this is just Bebe management, basically. I'm surprised Angus Clark is still chugging away, but he's showing that he's got some good stamina. So, Michael, how are you doing? Playing Gresham, Perkins, Guelphy defies logic. They haven't contributed anything for weeks, whilst dropping Johnson and Sard makes no sense. We need to get some games into the young kids. Johnson, I know they've been teetering on resting him for a few weeks. You can obviously see that with him being made sub. So Johnson is essentially not a drop. I would have assumed they put managed next to him. So that's not a drop. As I said, Al Hawley, you probably could have kept in. He looked off, but you could have kept in. I would have maybe dropped Gresham and kept Oscar Smart in for a full game and then had Al Hawley as possibly a sub, or potentially they might play Nguyen as the sub, given that he's only a few weeks back from that foot injury. You got your wish, Felix. Well done. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Jaden. He is 177 centimetres, so he's not huge tall. He's played in all positions, but they have kind of cemented him mostly down back, so playing that small defender role. One of his best attributes is his speed, his turn of speed, and his ability to just compete. And as Felix mentioned last week from the VFL, he's as tough as nails, puts his body on the line, is not afraid of a contest. He sometimes will use the ball, overuse the ball, or run himself into a bit of danger, but the intent is obviously there to get the ball moving and to keep it going. I think he'll catch a lot of his opponents and opposition flat-footed because he moves so quickly, and he has that real run and gun intent. So we'll provide. You'd think he'd be a complete direct swap for Johnson, so he'll provide some run out of the back line, and probably not going to get on the end of a goal or two, but I think he's going to be pretty exciting to watch, and hopefully sometime soon we'll get his first goal. But I think I was going to say something about you. Yeah, he's been in our NGA program since he was 12. 12. That's just so cute. And obviously a huge thank you to Charlie Dons, who is obviously the GOAT and an absolute legend. But look at this photo. Look at this photo. Would you look at the baby that is Jaden Nguyen there on the far right, and then Isaac Kako who's there. So they're both probably about 12, 13, 14 at most here. having played together, having been together in the James Hird Academy and the NGA program. And then as a little cherry on top, there's Hussein Alechka as well in the middle. So you can imagine the connection and the bond these boys have, and how that's very funny, Don. Very funny. Yeah, I mean, you'd be forgiven for thinking it was, but that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, this photo just makes me smile. I just can't take my eyes off it. It's so bloody cute. And then obviously you add in then Kako and Caddy's connection, and it's just so very cute. So you can see Kako and Nguyen there, and then this is the actual one from training today, Don. So there you go. And then, I think this was the other day, sorry, yesterday or sometime, but this was this week. This is 2025. So they'll get a chance to hopefully link up a little bit tomorrow night, which is very cute. I mean, yeah, Shaky Snake. You thought we'd called him up from the under-12s. Our injuries have been that bad. Well, seeing as we only have 2 debutants left to even debut, and one of them is actually injured in Unwin, who does anybody know what he did? I just saw that they weren't playing him in the VFL, but poor Jerine, who is the only last man possible debutant standing, is not even playing in his position. He played in the back line. Poor thing. Anyway, we move on. It's been an exciting year so far. So yeah, this is what I hear. Frank. What I noticed when I saw him at training was I did not anticipate how quick he was. Very, very quick. Very quick. And if he's in space, look out. I mean, he'll only have to go to the center square, distribute the ball, and Kako could take it the other way. It could only be a two possession to goal chain potentially. Shaky Snake, I always like a check-in about what everybody had for dinner. So please update us all. What did you have? Jade, have a great show. Keep up the great work. I'm at the footy, so I'll join the fan cams with a special guest. Oh, okay, go Bombers. Of course you're at the football. Your lovely Bulldogs. Spiros, please drop Perkins. I mean, we've either got to keep playing him or play him for currency, for value. What good is it going to do holding him in the VFL at this point? Let's be quite honest. I can't see a point. Oh, Stephen. Oh, okay, he's ill. Okay. So he's not injured. You can't help me for just assuming, right, that he's injured because, how we go. Hey, Aaron, how are you doing? Probably rest Clark next week against the Cats. Yeah. Although I would love to see him on the one wing and Ollie Dempsey on the other again. I think that it's really it's going to be a match. Well, not a matchup, but an opposite. Could be a matchup. Who knows? But that'll be a battle we'll see for many years to come, I thought. Jeremy, you're happy with the changes. Johnson has had a few quiet weeks, so it's expected. Yeah, tough on our Hawley. Yeah, I thought so, but Brett, thank you. What are you having? Spaghetti and meatballs. Okay, yeah, good. You had birria tacos tonight. First time using dried Mexican chilies, and it was elite. Were they hot? And what is the difference between a birria taco and just a taco? I'm not a Mexican food lover or aficionado, so I don't know much about Mexican food, but I do need that clarified. Good evening, Maz.
Good evening. How are we all?
Why so glum, chum?
I've had a really, really, really busy week.
You've had a big week. I thought you were off this week. Aren't we all coming to yours for the after party?
That's tomorrow. What is? I don't even know what day it is. I can't even speak.
This is for the game.
Yeah, I know.
That's that day, is it?
I'm watching the game on Saturday, but and I'm hoping I don't have to watch the game next weekend. I'm hoping I have work.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun. Just pretend next week doesn't exist.
It's a bye week.
Yep.
Don't know what it is. Yeah, I thought I'd put any of those to support the fan games. But yeah, I don't mind those changes. Happy that Jaden gets a game. I think he deserves it. After long awaited, Xavier Desma comes back in after his rest week last week. Hobbs comes back in after injury, and May comes back in after having his week off, which is another good sign to see. He's back in. He's been really good for us when he's been in. Ridley goes out, obviously, with his injury, so we're not going to probably see him knowing us for the rest of the season. El Houli goes out. That's just tough luck. Caddy goes out with whatever he goes out with. I don't know. He's been out the last couple of weeks. He was in last week and he was out the previous week before that. So
yeah, I'm told he's generally sore, but he's got a nagging little groin. So my advice, if anybody from Essendon is watching, ice. Put him on ice. There is no need. He has had a big load this year and probably required resting throughout the year. So my advice is to put him on ice, and there's no need for him to play the last remaining games. The thing with Caddy, and this won't be a shock to any of you, but the thing with Caddy is he's such a competitor. He doesn't want to miss a thing. He gets FOMO real bad, and so he's probably not as honest as he could be with the medicos and the staff about how sore he actually is. And he's like, I'm right. I'm sore, but I'm right to go, So they probably have to take the decision out of his hands a little bit.
He's a little fibber. But I saw Sydney's team. I looked at their forward line and I go, they have Rowbottom, their debutant in Buller, James Jordan, I don't know if Buller's a debutant or how many games he's played. I don't watch Sydney at all. James Jordan, Daltley, whatever his name is, Papley, and McInerney.
Yeah, but they've also brought in Laddams, who's a big boy, 200 plus centimetres, who plays forward, Cleary, and Detoli, who's their debutant, who is also a forward. They're medium-ish forwards, but Big Laddams is a big boy.
Laddams is a big boy, but whether he can kick football or another thing is different.
Yeah, true. The big boys aren't usually.
He's not a really good kicker.
You're right. He's not a good kick. Yeah, good call.
I think the only chance they have going down forward is if they rotate McCartan or Melican down forward to have a big boy down there that probably could kick a football straight. But otherwise, I don't see them really hurting us up forward. It's their back line that scares me more than anything with our forward.
Yep.
Their backmen and our midfield's going up their midfield. Because let's think about last time, they didn't have Errol Golden.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's a huge in.
Yep.
So what we do with Errol Goulden, Heaney and Warner, that's another thing.
Yeah, and we don't have the likes. We don't have the likes of Midfield and Caldwell to shut one or more of those boys down. I believe when we played them at Marvel, Setterfield did a really good job on Warner. And then when Heaney was down forward, who was it? Was it McGrath who was on him, or whoever was on him just played really, really well on him? I think even Setterfield may have followed him down there sometimes. So, yeah, it's I don't even know who can run with them. Like, you'd like to think Perkins at this stage of his career could match up, could go with Heaney, but disappointingly. But he should be able to. My point is, at this point of his career, he absolutely should. We should be able to trust him on Heaney.
Durham will go to one of them. I know that for sure. Durham will 100% go to one of them. Which one that is, I don't know. But they also have two taggers in Rowbottom and James Jordan. Whether they single out Merritt and make sure Merritt doesn't get a thing on the ball and be like an annoyance, make them keep him out of the game. Or they tag Durham because Merritt's been carrying an injury too. So what they do there is another thing I'm scared about. If we lose that midfield battle, we're in tough luck.
Yeah, and again, last time we had Martin, and so even though James Jordan did run with Merritt and he ran with him most of the night, we had Martin to be that extra prong for us. It's it's terrifying, to be quite honest, and especially up there. I don't know. I
don't know either.
Yeah,
I'm scared.
It could get messy. I don't actually think it's going to be like. I don't actually think the Swans are capable of a huge loss, a huge like
You know
mauling
what?
at where they're at, because they're not super connected or in sync, their
But they're
team. So
sitting
I
10th
don't
on the
know.
ladder. So they're
Yeah.
2 games out of being out of the top 8. 3
So
games
they
out of being in the top 8.
can they still mathematically make
Yeah, but they've got
finals?
to prey on Fremantle, Gold Coast, and the Bulldogs
And
downfall.
Dogs. Yep. Okay.
They've
So
got to find
they're
them.
essentially relying on other teams to get into finals.
Yeah, and the way the Bulldogs and the Giants game's going currently, I don't see the Bulldogs losing. So
Okay.
they can have fun with that. But they're preying on Gold Coast or Fremantle to lose.
Yeah. Okay. You don't want to be in that spot.
No.
Do you?
No.
So what do you think? What do you think about taking up Goldstein? Because I did note that the emergencies are Vigo, Menzies, and Al Hooley. So are you happy to keep Vigo in the VFL?
I would have thought they brought him back in this week, to be honest. I don't know what their plan is. I thought Vigo would come back in this week.
Yeah.
Honestly, I rate him over Goldstein right now. And knowing that we have a good 75% chance of losing Draper, he needs game time. Doesn't get it. We have Nick Bryan. Whether Goldstein signs back on next year, I don't know. But
yeah, my gut tells me no. But
for what reason?
Look, at this point, I think it's experience. I thought he was really poor last week. He looked every bit of his 37 years of age. But at this point, I think it's got to be just experience. It's got to be a level head, just to keep going, that kind of thing. Because we're getting younger and younger.
Yeah. The only reason why I see he brought in Goldstein was because we're versing a Ruckman in Grundy, who is a really good Ruckman.
Exactly. And he actually played incredibly well against us last time. He
did do really well against us last time. So
yep.
That is, I understand it, but yet again, Vizentini, maybe he comes into this. I don't know. Again, some of these changes I'm confused about, but then it's a 50-50 matchup. I mean, probably it's just the experience. I think it is, but
yeah.
At the end of
the day,
where
are you watching from home on Saturday?
I'm not watching the game on Saturday. I'm out.
Oh, you're not even going to watch it. Sorry, I thought you said you were going to watch it.
I probably can't. I might watch the first quarter or the second quarter just for a little bit, but I'll probably have to leave halfway through the last.
Yeah, don't worry. You won't be missing much, Mars. It's okay.
If we win, I'll come in for 2 seconds and I'll yell and scream, but then I'm out.
Don't worry. Anybody can tune in while they're out. No problem. So long as you've got a good internet connection and I can hear you. No, and see you. No probs.
Yeah, but nervous about the game the next 2 weeks. This week and next week. St Kilda game, praying for a win. Praying.
You want a Saints game? A Saints win?
After they choked a 46-point lead to Melbourne.
Yeah, that's why I think we're not winning that game. We're no better than Melbourne.
Anyway.
All right, Muzz. All right, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful time on Saturday wherever you're going, and we'll see you all there for the after party. Okay?
Yeah, I've got another busy couple of days ahead of me, so I'm out.
All right, get some rest.
Sleep. Good night, guys.
Bye. Good night. Bye. Hey, Corey.
How you going?
Not too bad, and you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
What's happening?
Not much. Just just getting ready for the weekend. Local footy finally. Hallelujah.
Yes, you're back.
Yes, back in. In the twos, but I'll take what I can get. So no, I'm excited for that.
When's the game?
Saturday at 12. So at least the unfortunate part is we're playing the top side and we're the bottom side. So we might be on a fair bit of a hiding, to be honest with you.
I thought you were about to say the downside is I get home in time to watch the Essendon game. That's what I thought you were going to say.
I do actually. That is a downside, but we do finish well before then. So I could be back for that, but will I tune in? Maybe watch it on my phone. I don't know. I'll probably make it up as I go along. Really.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already anticipating you're going to lose, do you want more bad news?
Yeah, pretty much. I can deal with the local footy loss. I'm just sick of Essendon losing.
Yeah, I know, unfortunately. But do you feel better? Has it made you emotionally feel better knowing what to expect, knowing that we're not going to win probably? Has that made you feel better? Has that helped you cope better?
Yeah, sort of. But I just want to see us, even though with the changes that we've got in. I like the changes we've got in. I think like El Hawley and Johnson are stiff, but it's got to be a next man up mentality sort of thing at this point. If these guys don't perform, that come in and say if Johnson and El Hawley play twos and play well, I'll feel pretty disappointed more for them to be dropped. I know they're getting tired and it's the end of the year and their bodies are starting to like not break down, but slow down a bit. So yeah.
Yeah. El Hawley is an odd one, but I definitely think Johnson, just speaking to people, I think that they would have liked to rest him a few weeks ago. So he's definitely just being managed. I'd be shocked if he plays VFL, to be quite honest. But, there's also he's had – I'm pretty comfortable with him. He's had plenty of games to go into the preseason and next year knowing what's required of him and he's got a good taste.
He'll be starting 23 next year, round one, and should not come out of the team if he plays a full preseason because you can see the ability he's got. Like, we picked him up with pick 70. Like, that is a steal.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. His distribution by foot. There's been a couple of games where he's been the best distributor by foot.
Exactly.
He's gone at the highest efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
That's why when people go on about, this is a weak draft, blah, blah, blah. It's not if you know what you want.
They play.
That's right. And if you're going after a particular skill set, maybe you just have to go after one particular skill set. We know what we lack. We know we need good ball users. You just go out and find good ball users. If they lack it, intensity or, other areas, it's okay. You can build them up. But there's gems in the rough.
Yeah, exactly right.
So what are you worried about? Oh, okay. Well, this is the better question. What is a not honourable loss, but what amount would you come away from the game and say, yeah, I'm okay with that. They put in a good effort, but.
Good question. I would say just off the top of my head, I'd take anything under 8 goals.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I'd be pretty happy. Yeah. 50 points, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
50 points.
I just think with their forward line, as the previous person on your chat said before, their forward line isn't the greatest that they've lined up this week, but neither's our back line. But, funny story about Jesse Detoli. We did look at him before he got picked up by Sydney because he was classed as the second best small forward besides Kako. But because we picked Kako, we picked 11 or whatever we didn't really look at him. And knowing Tom Papley from a personal point of view, I coached his younger brother, Will Papley, who honestly should have made AFL because he was the best junior footballer I ever seen.
Why didn't he?
His injuries through his COVID, because he was in the COVID years of drafting. Couple years he had hamstrings and calf problems. And he got overlooked in 2 drafts, just like Tom did. And he said to Tom, he goes, what should I do? What am I going to do about it? He goes, mate, AFL is not the be-all and end-all. He goes, you can still enjoy footy with your mates or enjoy that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
So he just ended it there, just didn't.
Yeah, so he just plays local. He plays local footy and he's dominating.
Okay.
He's dominating that. He's in the same league that I'm in. He's probably one of the best midfielders, if not the best midfielder in the comp.
Wow. Okay. I mean, there's way less pressure, isn't there? So, okay. So Jesse Detoli is 180 centimetre, so he's that medium forward. We probably don't need any more medium forwards, do we?
No, not really. But it'll be good. I reckon they'll put him. I reckon Jaden Nguyen will go to him. I reckon that'll be his challenge. I think my guess is with how he's played Nguyen in the VFL. Is like a McGrath shut down small forward role. So if Nguyen does play that lockdown role on Detoli or maybe a Tom Papley, that McGrath may be pushing up the field a bit more. He might get in the midfield again like he did last week. So I think Brad Scott and whoever the back line are actually backing him in and going, you know what, you play your role and you do your job, and that's why you're in the team. Like his previous couple weeks before Nguyen in the back line, his stats don't jump out at you and say he dominated because he played a lockdown role. So
Yeah.
where last week, from all reports, he moved up the field a bit. He was a good running link player out of half back and had 19 disposals and probably was our best player from a AFL listed point of view in the VFL.
Yeah, he was, and previously he's been pushed up on a wing through the midfield. Yeah. He's got the ability. He's quite versatile because he does have that run and gun energy and intent. Yeah. So it's quite suited to any part of the ground, and of course that would do really well up forward too as a small forward. So if Detoli's about 180 and Nguyen's about 177, 188, he's not giving away a stack of size.
No,
so he could probably get him.
And that's why I think he's the perfect matchup for him. Or if not, he can go to Tom Papley, who is shorter than Nguyen by a couple centimetres. That he could go to them, and it means McGrath can sort of be freed up a little bit, I think, and it might help his game, hopefully, if he can learn how to kick.
Yeah, he is hoping, but I dare say the cattle has run its race on that, or the horses run its race on that regard. But who knows?
Absolutely.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he'll find the groove after a couple of games in the midfield, because that midfield is looking very, very bare, and with Merritt almost certainly going to get tagged out of this game by James Jordan.
Yeah.
Who's left? Like, I hope they run. I really hope they run Perkins through the midfield. I do.
I think
what have we got to lose?
Got no choice at this point in time, because he is a taller player than anyone we've got in the midfield at the moment. And yeah, his confidence is down and out, but you kind of have to throw him to the wolves at this point in time. And if he can't show anything whilst he's in there, then as much as you don't want to put him back in the VFL, he kind of has to go back without being harsh on him. He's got to really show something, because,
Yeah, I'm still convinced it's between the ears for him.
Oh, it is. Footy's 90% in the head and 10% skill.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see a gremlin sitting on his shoulder. I can just see his chatterbox just going at him. Yeah. It's so obvious to me. His body language is, internalized, and it's insular, and he needs to go to Bali in the off season and go to a temple and find a healer and a shaman up there and do a cleansing.
I just think he just needs to, in the off season, as much as everyone, most AFL players do, they get away, but just go and do something to try and get your head in a better space, because it obviously hasn't been. Even last year, it was the same. At the end of last year, it was the same. He was playing pretty poor, wasn't offering a lot. He just needs a full-blown reset to try and get a spot in 2026. But if he plays like he has in this year, in next year, I can't see it happening.
Yeah, me too. And if he's even on the list at all, Corey, so who knows? We will see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be this off season's going to be so interesting. It's going to be
so interesting.
Get the popcorn out type of TV, I think.
100%. A good time to start this channel this year, because this off season is going to be up and about. And I actually have a video coming out tomorrow on Sam Draper and all the updates surrounding him and his situation. So, but this, like, doing that video, it was just so interesting to see the chess pieces that happen if he leaves. Our hand becomes incredible, exceptional. But anyway, get into all that tomorrow. You'll have to check it out. Absolutely. So thank you so much, Corey, for joining tonight, and maybe see you Saturday.
No worries. Thank you.
Good luck for your footy return.
Thank you. Going to need it.
Don't do an injury.
No, she'll be right. Got a helmet. I have to slap the helmet on, unfortunately, for this week. So just to protect it. So she'll be right.
Be safe. All right. Good luck. See you, Corey.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye. How funny is this? There are 10 changes to the Essendon side from when we beat Sydney in round 9. Mackay, Reid, Hayes, Daywicks, Caddy, Martin, Langford, Setterfield, Hooley, Caldwell. That's disgusting. That is so painful. Oh, my God. That's painful. Hazy, poor thing in his debut. That is terrible. What hope do we have? Hey, Frank, yes, you're right. It looks like it's going to be raining for the next few days, and a lot of rain, not just a little bloody trickle how we get in, the northwest here of Melbourne. We just get a little trickle, stop, little trickle, stop. It looks like heavy showers. So I don't know that helps or hinders us at this point. I think it could be a tsunami, and we still might not go so great. Shaky Snake, who goes to Blakey? His rebound is what scares me. I mean, that's the Guelphy for me. Just keep him occupied, keep him accountable, cut off his angles, ability to actually break those lines. Yeah, he scares me. He does. He always scares me. But the odds have Essendon at $11. Oh, God. No. Hey, Silent Red, how are you? This football club frustrates like a lover who can't communicate, as though you were desperate to rip off the cover and facade and get to the messy bottom to see it and fix it. This club is a mystery. That's how I feel about Perkins. Like, I just want to get inside his head from a psychological point of view, and I just want to get to the very core, and I want to see what he's holding on to, because there's something he's holding on to inside, and he's just been piling anxiety on top of that, and now what's happened, and he's just buried it down, and now it's consuming him, and every time he does anything or tries to step into his purpose and his truth, all he can hear is that berater and that chatterbox on his shoulder saying blah blah blah, you're terrible and you're no good and you're crap at footy and everyone hates you, and that's how he's playing. I'd love to do that for Perkins. I'm okay with any loss that helps us drop 3% or more, particularly if Richmond win. Remind me, who does Richmond have this weekend, Shaky Snake? Yes, you're right, Frank. Yeah, he did have an interrupted preseason, so he has done well considering. I reckon the coaches would be super pleased with the amount of game time they've got into him. I do. I really do. A positive with Johnson admission is that he qualifies for next year's Rising Star if he doesn't play more than 2 games for the rest of the season. Okay. So if he's got a chance to win it next year, and a good chance, actually. Now, this is hilarious, Moby. Yeah, that's comical. I can't tell if you're having me on or not, quite frankly. Am I being punked? Hey, Dennis, it's been such a weird season for the first time in ages. I felt indifferent, yeah. But don't read into that. Like, sometimes we go into self-preservation mode because sport is our outlet, our sports teams and our, going to the footy, the relationships, the community, this team is our family. And sometimes when you know that there's a bad energy or bad news attached to this entity, we go into self-preservation mode and try and detach. As soon as this season ends, we'll get into the draft trade period, particularly when finals are over and done and dusted. You'll feel the excitement re-engineered. Don't worry. It's total normal reaction, and it will not last. I promise. Believe me. A freed up McGrath means he's kicking more. We don't really want that. That is a good point. That is a very, very good point. Moby, Game of Thrones off season. Oh yeah. Wait until you listen to the video tomorrow. The amount that we could do, like, I actually feel like Rosa and the what are they called? What's his department called? Oh my God, I've gone completely blank. Too much Essendon content. Anyway, I feel like Matt Rosa would be feeling overwhelmed with the amount of options that would present if Draper actually went. Crazy. Anyway. Hey, Jack, how are you, young man? You just hopped on. Was Sard and Caddy's dropping all tactical? Sard was an omission. Caddy is sore. Yeah, I got what you meant. Do you want to jump on for a chat? Annoys me that Gresham keeps getting a game. Yeah. Again, I mean, it just feels like they're just holding on, to be quite honest, and they're just putting as much experience around these kids as possible. That's all I can explain it away as. Perkins needs 4 more games for. Does he really? How many? We've got 4 more games left. Sydney, St Kilda, Carlton, Suns. So yes, I think he's some fair while away from having babies and us getting to utilise that. But hey, it's another string to the bow. Stephen, I worry about our major injuries to players like Merritt Durham in these meaningless games. I wish we could put blokes on ice for next year. Yeah, usually we'd be able to, but our injury list is down to not many. So, Jack, my friend, coming through with the facts. Please, everyone, hit that like button very quickly. It'll take you 2 seconds, probably less than 2 seconds. You could do it in a record 1 or less. And if you haven't subscribed, but I'm sure you legends have, please do that. Yeah, brutal but necessary, I think. List manager. Thank you, Michael. The list manager and his team. Thank you. What do we do if Draper leaves and Goldstein retires and then Brian leaves? Well, firstly, you'll watch the video tomorrow. And secondly, I would say that we would be very, very up to our eyeballs into a ruck from hopefully to trade for a ruck, looking for a second home probably. So who's that Hawthorn ruck? Is it Reeves? The Hawthorn ruck who's looking for a second home. Darcy Cameron today, there was some rumours around that he's not happy with the contract offers at Collingwood. I think that still gets done, but we should be right up in his grill, 100%. If Brian leaves, obviously we have Vigo there, but we'd absolutely be getting in. Yeah, we'd be looking at getting a rookie or whatever. We'd be replacing it with an already made ruck for sure. Hugh, you're happy to let Draper go? Yeah. When I was doing the video, I just talking through the actual possibilities that it opens up. Look, it'd probably set us back a little bit, I will say, and next year we might not have as many wins on the board, but next year we're probably not going to make finals, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But just for the future, it looks great. It looks good. Thank you, Mariella. I love you. You're the best. Hope you're having a good week so far. Jack throwing up a name, Ivan Soldo. Yeah, I don't know if he takes footy all that seriously, but we'll be desperate if both Draper and Brian choose to leave. I think, we'd be desperate. But I will say that if Draper does leave, I highly doubt Brian will leave. I think he is super keen to stay and super keen to be playing AFL football. The only reason he leaves is if Draper stays, in my opinion, completely. Oh, 5 games to go. That's because that's speaking of self-preservation, Frank. I forgot Geelong. That's self-preservation. Oh, God. Alrighty. How are you, Noel?
Hey.
Oh, look at
advertising today.
Wow, you'd be wanting getting some royalties, Noel?
Yeah, they ought to pay me. I had a comedy gig on Tuesday night, so that's why I couldn't jump on.
How'd you go?
Yeah, it was all right.
Oh.
Yeah, it was all right.
Didn't get many laughs?
I think it was a laugh early, but yeah, small crowd. It was difficult. I tried some new jokes. You've always got to try out the new ones.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, there you go, eh? Another new one in the list. Did you see that joke I said? Like the new one?
No, I didn't see it. What was the joke?
New one, like a new one. It's always good to have a new one in.
Oh, yes, very good, very good.
Yeah.
Well done.
See how well my comedy's going? That's how great it's going right there.
Oh, there you go. I just gave you a laugh.
Yeah, there you go. That's how well that's how well I got. Brian stays if Draper goes, I would think.
Yeah.
And O'Brien is quite keen to leave Adelaide too.
No, he just signed for 3 years.
Did he?
Yes.
I thought he was going to go if Draper went there. So maybe that's why Draper's not going to Adelaide then.
I mean, potentially can look into that. Yeah, I mean, I think they're still into Draper. I think they're really still into Draper, but I wouldn't be going there if I was Draper and O'Brien just signed.
If O'Brien signed, he's staying in Essendon then, because I think that was what he was hanging on.
Brisbane. He's going to Brisbane.
He's an Adelaide boy, isn't he?
Brisbane. He's going to Brisbane.
He's an Adelaide boy though.
He
He's
is,
one-
yeah. But
he's one-
he's not homesick. He's not homesick at all.
No, but he lives around the corner from me. But I haven't seen him in ages to have worked with him. He lives around the corner from me. Him and Grolpy share a house around the corner from me. So, but I never get, want to grab hold of him and say, you do it, stay where you are, mate. But
Just drop a note in his letterbox.
Yeah, I'd like him to stay because I think he provides good energy for Essendon when he's on the field. He's got Ruckman take a while to develop, and Brian's still a bit of a way to go yet. So it'd be good to have Draper there. Otherwise, we're going to be down to second-rate Buckman from another club and a couple of youngsters. So yeah, I'd rather keep Draper if possible. But then again, if they don't want to be there, see you later.
That's right. So where are you watching the game from on Saturday, Noel? Where do you watch the interstate games, from home, or do you go to the pub?
Yeah, I try not to go to the bowling club because I almost get chucked out because I'm too loud. So I'll just watch it from home.
Okay.
But
what if your neighbour starts banging on the wall?
He'll be fine during the day. It's only in the night time he gets upset.
Oh,
He'll be all right. But I was thinking I might go to the bowlo, but yeah, it's a bit difficult to go to the bowling club because there's other stuff going on. People playing pool and other things, and you can't focus.
Yep.
I watched the Anzac Day game a couple of years ago when we lost by that, on the siren one, and they almost threw me out because I was screaming so loud. So can't I barrack for much? Well, I wasn't swearing. There was no kids around, But in any case, thought how close was I to getting the cookies last week?
You just got one thing wrong. You were the closest.
Everyone around. It was like my house.
Yes, you had Bontempelli as the first goal and Norton as the first point.
Yeah,
you were close
just
the
like
week
my house
before.
being back to front the other week.
Yes.
So was my votes.
The week before, Christopher was very close. He was one off, and then last week you were close, which just means if you enter the cookie comp tonight, everyone in the chat, I reckon third time lucky. So I reckon whoever gets it someone's going to get it this week.
Hey, have the Swans got a forward line? Because it could be.
They've got a makeshift forward line.
Yeah, it could be a nil-all draw.
It could be.
Although I think we've got a forward line, we've got two forwards at least anyway, because McMahon can kick a goal. So, and if they play, I don't think they'll play May in defence.
No, I don't think so.
If Katie's not playing, they're going to play May as a key forward, surely, along with Peter Wright. Peter Wright's going to do a bit of rucking.
That's
right. I would imagine as well. Unless they play Blackiston in the ruck and they play May in defence, that might be a go. But yeah, McMahon can play in defence too. He has done. He's played in both ends of the ground. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with Sard getting chopped though. Yeah. There's a touch of their D'Ambrosios about that to me.
Is there really?
Yeah, I mean they kept doing that to D'Ambrosio. He played, play him, drop him, make him sub. Play him, drop him, make him sub, drop him. He just wanted to. He was good enough to get a game each week, and you get frustrated. I think Sard will stick around, but it's likely. You don't want to. You don't want to ruin that opportunity. He's a good prospect. And I just thought.
Yeah, I mean he goes out because Dursma comes back in, and. Yeah. And they obviously wanted to debut Nguyen. So Nguyen takes Johnson's spot. So I see the reasoning. And he was really, really off it last week. Really, he looked miles off it. You could tell from the first quarter. So
he's a New player. He found his form. He's found the perfect form. Can't hit the ball, can't hit a target. Overrun the footy. Perfect. You're a senior player. Join us. Come on in.
True. Very good point. That's a good point. He fit right in.
We've trained him. We've trained all the talent out of you. That's what it's all about. Come to Essendon, lose your skills and abilities.
Geez, way to bring everybody down, Noel. I
Oh.
just tried to convince, who was it? Was it Michael? I tried to convince to hang in there, because he's
Yeah.
feeling indifferent.
Well,
Sheesh, and you just brought us all down.
Well, let's have a look at Nguyen. He held Bruce goalless and kickless for 3 quarters.
Oh, and the
when he
VFL, yep.
the VFL. It was only the last quarter he got a bit tired, and Bruce got a couple of lucky goals.
Yep.
But I reckon that, and Brad Scott was at that game because I saw him there. So I reckon they spotted him and said, "Now, let's see."
Oh wait, did you end up making it to the hangar? Did you get the bus?
No, I watched it on the computer.
Oh right, okay, yep, gotcha.
Yeah, I can't get to the hangar. I like going to Windy Hill. Well, the girls are starting soon, and they play pretty well. We made the finals twice now with the AFLW side, and so got something there, and I've got a couple of yeah, I'm back.
Well, I've lost him. I've lost Noel. Oh, there we are.
We're back. That was weird. I've been getting dropouts, but not getting the whole thing. It drops out for 30 seconds. The other day I was watching something on the Foxtel, and the Foxtel turned off. But apparently at 2 o'clock in the morning it does a recharge or something.
Or maybe you just got a ghost.
Yeah, I think it does a recharge. Like it wants to check to see if you bought a movie or something. And they do a quick update. I think that's what it's about.
There's a request here.
Oh. Yeah, a bit of you think I've got the
I don't know what that means, but okay, there you go.
The Guns N' Roses look, yeah.
Is that who that is? I don't know who that is.
Oh, Willie Nelson, yeah. Great band called the Wagons.
I'm assuming that's what that means too from Wade.
Yeah. Check out a band called the Wagons. They're an Australian band. They do sort of country rock, really good band, and they've got a song called Willie Nelson. And it's quite a fun one. I was watching the footy on Foxtel, the Hindi version. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yes.
Watching the game, commentating in Hindi, they get really excited. They really get pumped up. It's amazing. they go. You just see their heads bobbling as they're doing it as well. It's incredibly funny. But if you want to watch something in the off season, I recommend Netflix and a show called Still Game. I don't know if it's a Scottish comedy show. The 2 guys who wrote it play the main characters, but they play guys who are really old, like 70-year-old pensioners, and it's all these old guys living in this little small Scottish community. It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry. It's amazing. It's an amazing show called Still Game.
You could tell that we're bordering on the indifferent with the rest of the chat, because first I'm wanting to know what everyone had for dinner, and second, Noel is talking about everything but the game. So this is where we're at this point of the season, and I dare say it's not going to get any better, but at least it keeps you entertained. Surely it's keeping you all entertained.
Well, let's do something boring and talk about the game. The Swans games always seem to have something controversial, don't they? Every time we play them. And I think you were mentioning, when was the last time we beat them? I remember going to Sydney.
At the SCG.
Yeah, I remember going to Sydney and seeing us win a couple of times in Sydney, but we're going back a long way. Steve Alessio kicked the winning goal on the siren. There's 1 or 2 other games, but it's been a long time, and it's so controversy. I'm still annoyed, and still annoyed to this day. I'll never ever not be annoyed about that climbing of the goalpost. As far as I'm concerned, that cost us a finals win. And I'll give you
that wasn't a final. That wasn't a final.
No, it cost us a finals win, and I'll give you the reason why. We played the Swans. We win that game. We finished 7th and not 8th. We finished 8th and played last year's premiers, West Coast, and had to go to WA and play the premiership team of the previous year and got wiped. Had we won that game, we would have finished 7th, and we would have been playing the GWS in Sydney, and much more of a chance, because they were inexperienced finals team as well, much more of a chance of maybe winning a final. So that's to me is the annoying thing about that. We had no chance against West Coast. No, not a hope in hell, because we were playing West Coast over there and they'd already won the flag the year before. So that climbing of the goalpost, that game cost us a possible win to a final and all. And I still don't understand how that can not be a free kick paid and why that was not a 50-metre.
Do you know why that's funny? Do you know what's funny about that? I can't quite comprehend that David Myers was around when GWS was a thing was a team that was in the finals, because it was David Myers had the ball and he would have got the 50 to then kick the goal. But was David Myers still playing footy when GWS was in the competition?
Just. Yeah, and another great bit of trivia and a record I don't think will ever be broken by Dustin Fletcher. Dustin Fletcher played against 23 football teams, because they count the Western Bulldogs and Footscray as two separate teams. They counted Brisbane Lions. Well, they count Brisbane Bears and Brisbane Lions as two separate teams.
That I understand.
So he's played against every team in the AFL except University, who played in 1915. Even Dustin wasn't that old.
I was going to say, what the hell is University?
They played in the early 1909 to 1915. They got
Jesus.
They dropped out because of the war and they never came back. But they only won a couple of games. They weren't. They were all university. You had to be university. You had to go to university to play for them.
Okay.
Their abilities. But Dustin Fletcher's played against, because Harvey and also Burgoyne, there were certain teams they never played against. Dustin Fletcher played against Boy as well.
Okay, well, you never know. Somebody might play, maybe Pendlebury if he plays against Tassie, if he's still playing. Yeah. I wonder how many teams, that he could get up there, because he would have played against expansion teams.
Close. Yeah.
He'd be close. Yeah.
He'd be pretty close. He'd be the next 400 gamer, I think, too. Geez, he's a great player, isn't he? I mean, he plays for the wrong team, but geez, he's a great player. I have a Pendlebury lives up the road from me. He's not related, but he was in Excess or the Sports or one of those bands. He was in a really good rock band, and his sister was in Neighbours for a long, long time. But
I am so lost. Noel never fails to take me places in my brain that make me that really, really challenge my knowledge of life. I have no idea. I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
You haven't heard of a band called the Sports?
No.
No. Well, check them out. They're an old band. What did the Detectives say? They had quite a few good hits, and he was a guitarist for them. And his sister was in Neighbours for a long time, but he's related. I think he's a cousin to Pendlebury of Collingwood. I think they're related somewhere. The same last name. But yeah, my brain goes in that direction. The thought comes in, and then the related thought comes to that, and then I go bleh, and it all comes out. So.
Oh really? No, I hadn't noticed that you do that.
I know. It's that comedy brain. I think we just think weirdly. I don't know what it is.
Because you need to think quick on your toes.
Yeah, and I'm always looking for a connection or a linkage somewhere so I can make a joke of it. But look,
are we going to talk any more about this game? Are we going to talk any more about the game, or we're good to go?
I was just going to say, we have a lot of controversy against the Swans, so I just wonder what sort of controversy will get
coming.
Considering that with their odds of what we're paying $11 or something, did you say, in the betting? So there's bound to be some sort of lopsided free kick count going the red and white way. But it's always a close game, always pretty tight, always pretty controversial. We've had lots of different ones. The one that was what's his name? Former St Kilda bloke who missed the goal from kicked the ball out. Good. What's his name?
Goddard
kicked the ball out from the back line straight to a Swans player, and they kicked the winning goal. Yeah,
Marty Gleason. Marty Gleason did.
Yeah, but Goddard did the same thing, and we ended up getting they ended up kicking the winning goal. So was it? But yeah, there's been a ton of those.
All right, well, pick the damage. How much are we losing by?
I think it'll be a close enough game that we'll probably lose by 5 goals. I reckon it'll be close enough because they don't have much of a forward line, and they don't. There's no Amadi. There's quite a few players missing, so I reckon I reckon we'll tease and we'll stay in it for a while. But I think it'll be about 5 goals. But I've never been good at picking results as far as points go.
Well, that's right. Who bloody knows what we throw up these days anyway? All we can guarantee is it's most definitely going to be a loss. So anyway, enjoy watching it. Enjoy watching it at home, Pom, and I'll speak to you then.
We will enjoy another dosage of hot Vegemite in my hot Vegemite cup.
Oh my God! And stop putting Vegemite in your pasta sauce, please.
Don't you like that idea?
Horrible.
Enjoy. Let's go, Bombers. Let's hope it's not too controversial. And I'm going to go and watch the Hindi version of the footy because that's hilarious. But
enjoy.
Still Game. Definitely watch Still Game. It's a great, great series. Very funny. If you liked Afterlife, it's very similar to Afterlife. If you ever watched Afterlife, it's got that sort of similar idea of humor and sadness, and it's great.
Okay,
it's
good.
A good way to get over being Bomber supporters.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Noel. Good night. He makes me laugh. Takes me places. Takes me all the places. Pat, thank you for the 5. Draper's injury swayed the argument to let him leave for you. Yes. 2022 was the only season he's played where he's played a full season, bar one game, but I count that as full season. We'll give him the full season, all right? 2022. So one season. I should make you all watch the video tomorrow, but I'll tell you the number. He's played 78 games out of a possible, guess, 1, 2, 3, put a number down in the chat. How many do you reckon he had a possibility of winning? Out of how many possible? He's played 78 out of a certain amount of possible games. What number do you think it is? Richard, you think 130? Fitzy, you think 120? Keep them coming. Bomber Boy's going 145. Oh, Maddie, how are you, Maddie? Oh, yes, okay, 213. Snazzy going 250. Moby's going 175. Has anybody got it so far? No, but somebody's close. Anna, you're saying 144, 141. Dennis, 85. Shally, 150. Stephen, 180. Windsock's also going 180. Shaky Snake, you're going 220. Jeremy, 135. Pommy, how are you, my legendary friend? We have actually some news, don't we, Pom? I know you're on voice rest, but otherwise I'd say join the chat now and let's tell everybody about our news. But we'll just tell everybody in the chat together. But we're guessing. How many games do you reckon Draper's out of he's played 78 out of how many possible? Take a guess. 135 for Jeremy. Michael's going 145. Annalise is going 163. All right. I'm going to tell you, but I believe Shaky Snake, I think you were the closest. Let me just triple check. I think you were. Oh, no, Maddie, Langy, the Carlton supporter was the closest. Draper has played 78 games out of a possible 205. Well done, Maddie. No cookies for that, but I will give you the opportunity to win the cookies later in the show. 205 possible games. Now, I will caveat that by saying 3 years he didn't play. So obviously it was a baby Ruckman. So he took some time to develop. So for 3 years, he didn't actually play a game. So that's taking that into account. And this is in regards to Pommy. Are you making him a legal Aussie? No, I don't think I could take him any other way than as he is, and that is as pure, the pommiest of pom. But no, the news is that Pommy will be joining me as a guest host on Monday nights for the Twix player ratings. So the Twix ratings, the Twix awards are going to have a refresh, have had a refresh, and it's now going to be a player rating system. And obviously we're well into close to the end of this year, but starting next year, there will be some epically wonderful prizes to win at the end of the year. So I'll give you all the opportunity to put in your guesses, and at the start of the year to who you think. So Pom and I will be rating the boys, and you'll get to pick a player who you think will end the year with the most Twix chockies. So that will be something interesting. So you won't have to endure just me. There's a lot of my face on the channel, so I'm bringing somebody in who's just as depressed about their football club as I am about our football club. So, yes. Maddie, a Blues losing Pom and JSOS. I mean, this is what happens when you're a shitty football club like Essendon. You lose your essence. Your essence. And Pom is the essence. JSOS is your essence. You got to hold on to your essence, just like we have to hold on to ours. It really is. It really is. And we're going to make it fun. We're going to make it dumb. And we're just going to make it a bit of a distraction from Mondayitis, a bit of a recovery from Mondayitis-ness. So we've got, what have we got? Frank reminded me we've got 5 more games. So there'll be 5 more weeks of an interesting, a nice, fun Twix show. And then we'll be into it fully next year. And in the off season, I will come up with some wonderful prizes that will get you guys up and about. All right, enough bullshitting from me. Let's get, everybody, please, let's get your Twix. I mean, your cookie. Oh, I've got sweets on the mind now. Let's get your cookie guesses in, please. Reminder, these are the cookies that you can win. Now, because I'm very, very not organised, which is unlike me, whoever knows me, that is incredibly unlike me, I don't have the instructions on hand, but I am 1 quick second away from getting them. Okay. Bloody hell, Fiona. Okay, here's the cookie competition. The regulars, you know the drill. 2 options. You only have to pick one for our game against Sydney. Option 1, give me a first goal scorer and a first behind scorer. Anybody on the ground. Go wild. Think outside the box. Not just Essendon. It can be both teams. Or you're going to choose to give me total disposal getter overall, total tackle getter overall, and an overall game winner. All right. Langie's gone first with an example of the first option. Where are you, Langy? Here you are. Papley, first goal. Warner, first point. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. Shaky, McInerney for a point. Yep, Papley from the first goal. That would not surprise me. Michael, so Pommy has to watch 2 crap teams now. I know, right? It's unfortunate, but as he says, I watch them all. No skin off my nose. Yes, exactly. I mean, it's just we've been blessed with the love of AFL football, Pommy and I, and probably many of you. And shit or not, I just love the game. I can't get enough. Exactly, Dennis. I know lots of channels do proper rating shows and very serious and data ratings and AFL champion ratings and whatever the hell it's called, but we're just going to make it fun and dumb. And I'm going to explain to Pommy. You all know me. Well, most of you know me pretty well from Twitter or X. But Pommy, I don't think he knows the Twix rules. It's not just how many disposals did the player get. The Twix awards, the Twix points hold different values. than just disposals. There are, there are some hardcore values to it. So, all right, Moby, you're giving me first goal right. Love that. Love that for me. Love that for the big ginger. And first point, Heaney. Nice. Yep. Love that outside the box thinking. Pommy, first goal. Heaney, first behind. Yep. High chance of that happening. Oh, yes, this is the out of the box from Noel that we like. He's going the debutant for his first kick, first goal, and Kako first point. I like it. I do like it. Haywood is injured, Bomber Boy. He's out. So give me another first goal, please. Pallet, goal. Do they have a? I don't even see that. Who the hell is Pallet? Pallet, is that? How's it pronounced? Who's that? I don't even know who that is, unless you've misspelt it. I'm looking at the team list here. Chris, confirm that for me, please. Oh, you meant Papley. I gotcha. But also, Amadi's not playing. Amadi is not playing. They haven't had him for a lot of the year, actually. Yeah, as we said, their forward line is just as bereft as ours. Yeah, this is a rating based on the stuff that matters, Pom, not just the candy coating like total disposals and accumulators. Nah. Who put their head over the ball? Who did an amazing shepherd? All the good stuff. All the good stuff. I like it, Annalise. I really like it. The cookies are just vanilla. It's a vanilla base, but I could always put some lemon. I could probably do a salted caramel. What else could I do? I could probably do a raspberry version. I could do anything, let's be quite honest. I'm here to please. And if you win the cookies, your wish is my desire, is my command, basically. Oh, yes. Okay, Frank is going the option 2. Thank you, Frank. And I just need who's the overall winner? Please, total tackles, Nguyen. Wouldn't that be cute? If our debutant, let's have a look at the photo again, shall we? How bloody cute. If anybody has just joined us, look at the baby face Nguyen on the right there and Isaac Kako there, who will be joining up as teammates on Saturday. So cute. And we'll be joined by another one in the middle there, Al Echka, next year. Bless. Moby, do you want to go into timeout? Don't start with that shit. Only the good stuff in this kitchen. But no, I can and will experiment with a gluten-free, but I draw the line at vegan. I'm very sorry, and no disrespect to anybody. Solution, McMahon first goal. Heaney first point, Rampy first goal post hump. Does that mean you think Sydney a winner? I need an overall winner, please. I know, that was a bit strange. Tell me that Davey is not a more worthy emergency. Anyway, who knows at this point, and it doesn't really matter, does it? Twix Awards based off feels and intuition means they have more integrity than the Brownlow system. Facts! Maybe I should get that on some of my merch. I should get that printed on some of my merch. Love that. Love it. Remember which team and who gets the cookies if I get it. Yeah. I won't forget, Langy. I won't forget. Start again. Okay, good. I got you, Chris. Well done. Gotcha. Oh, great. Good on you, Michael. You're going disposals, Warner, tackles, Durham, Sydney for the winner. This is the example, perfect example of the option 2. I like it, Michael. High chance. Fiona, love all your guests. True Essendon Barrack as well. Can you forgive me, Spiros? Would you give me a little pass mark for a Carlton supporting Pom? But a Pom who thinks very highly of football, very highly of me, and very highly of Essendon supporters. So, ginger nut for Dennis. Just because I like you, Dennis, if you win, I'll look into it, okay? If I have time, I'll do some experimenting. Pommy, surely we get Blues ones just because. Well, just think of it this way. If I do Carlton ones for you, you get to eat them. You get to crunch and bite into them, get your frustration out and consume them and know that they're going into your body and into your digestive system. And I'll leave it there. I could have gone on, but you know where I'm going with that. Holy that's a fake score, right, Richard? That is not the score. This is that game's at Marvel, right? Sheesh. Hell yeah, you can. Extra sugar, extra gluten, all the good stuff. Hey, Scotty, how's your week been? Warner first goal, Paco for first point, and you're going the Swannies, yeah. Stephen, Point Clark, yes, he has been wandering down quite quickly to that forward line, hasn't he? Early in games. Like it. Really love it. Frank, are you really putting you're putting the cookies on the cookie win on the Bombers' chances of actually winning? Oh, you are brave. Very brave. Look, I reckon if Carlton starts letting him down more, I reckon we could have Langy too. I reckon we could have Matt and Pom. Absolutely, you can, Stephen. You can enter wherever you are, except internationally. I haven't quite worked that out yet. But if you are interstate, absolutely, the cookie boxes, they come boxed, they come individually heat sealed, so they keep their freshness. They are express post, so they're all posted basically, and I post them expressly, so you'll get them the day after or sometimes the day off. So absolutely, you can. If you win, I will be sending them straight to you. Oof! You know what, Moby? I reckon Pommy. I reckon if JSOS goes, I reckon we could see a few converts. Not necessarily to Essendon, but that could be the end of a lot of ties. He's a big one. All right, Adam, I'm about to finish it up, but give me your pick for the cookies before I finish up. And anybody else, while you're here, before we finish, before I click end, please hit that like button and please hit the subscribe button if you have not. I will be dropping a Sam Draper video tomorrow with a few little updates and thoroughly going through where we stand with him and what it looks like if he leaves, the pros and cons, and just doing a bit of fantasizing about if he were to leave and what our hand would kind of look like. You can, of course, send me an email, Adam, if you would like to buy some and not rest all your laurels on winning the competition. Just shoot me an email, bomberbanterau@gmail.com. It's also listed at the bottom of this video in the caption, so the email address if you missed it. Just shoot me an email, let me know how many you want and postcode to where they're going to get posted, and I'll let you know all the details. That goes for anybody else too, but you all have the option to win them. Okay, gotcha, Mariella. Thank you. No, always. It's an absolute honour and a pleasure and a highlight of my week. So thank you for being here again, Richard. Appreciate you. All right. I think I've got you all. I think I've got all your picks now. Okay, I'll write them all down and as usual, I will check them all after the game. I reckon somebody's won it here. I really do. 2 weeks in a row, someone's been very, very close. So I reckon the winner is here tonight. As always, thanks everybody for jumping on, who jumped on for a chat. And I will see you all 7:30 for the fan cams on Saturday. Have a wonderful Friday. Get through the day. Watch some more footy tomorrow night. And then I'll see you all Saturday night. Enjoy, and I will see all of you very, very soon.